Workers at an East Bay trash collection company went on strike this morning over the company's use of E-Verify. That is a government database program that employers can use to verify a person's eligibility to work. ABC 7 political reporter Mark Matthews is outside the waste management facility in San Leandro. And Mark, you've heard that E-Verify may get a lot more attention.
We have. The word we're getting out of Washington, D.C. is that E-Verify will be part of immigration reform. This week, both the Senate and the White House have signaled that, which is raising some concerns. Early this morning, Sky 7 was over this waste management facility as workers shut down operations for about 5 hours over what they say was Waste Management's abuse of E-Verify.
The company wasn't supposed to use it without consulting with workers. They violated that rule, and they also used it improperly. That resulted in some workers losing their jobs.
The union is accusing the company of retaliating against employees. The company says it ran the employees' names through the voluntary E-Verify program, and the database said some were not documented.
They were given time to go and correct it, provide its documentations, and they had about 6 to 8 months to do that, and they did not do it. And so essentially there were 3 employees that did not comply and were let go.
It's the latest in a series of disputes over E-Verify. Last year, Pacific Steel withdrew from the program as part of a settlement with its union after 200 employees were let go by the company. And the Mi Pueblo Market's participation in E-Verify caused union activists and others to call for a boycott of the chain.
E-Verify.
Now, with the president and Congress looking to expand E-Verify and make it mandatory, experts are warning of pitfalls.
What advocates say is that if you are going to have employment verification, it has to come with a roadmap to legalization. You can't just have one without the other.
Arthi Kohli is a former director of immigration policy at the Warren Institute at UC Berkeley's School of Law. She says studies show that the database has errors, and if it's implemented, workers need time to correct those errors.
So if you apply for a job, you get the job, and then the employer does a check, and it comes back saying you're not eligible to work, can that employer just move on to candidate number 2?
Kohli says there need to be safeguards, and she says there are groups that tend to be excluded at higher rates than other groups. Women and people with hyphenated names, she says, are particularly problematic. How big a problem? Well, that's the story we're working on for ABC 7 News at 6. Reporting from San Leandro, Mark Matthews, ABC 7 News.
All right, Mark, thank you.